What's good, Wayne? What's happening, Wayne? I'm good, bro. How are you? What's up, Russia? Keep on keeping on. Something like that, bro. Something like that. Something like that, brother, man. Get the TikTok running. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Lodi? Hey, Lodi. Who the fuck's Lodi? How you doing, Russia? How's everyone's day been today on the charts? The good old Forex charts. We'll wait for everyone to get in. What's up, Google? We'll wait for everybody to get in and then we'll do some analyses. What's up, Mura? Who watched the new video on YouTube today? Actually, while I'm here. Who watched the new video? The new educational video on YouTube. Did anybody watch it? No TikTok? What do you mean? We're live on TikTok. What's plan? We'll go over that in a second once we get a few more people in here. Make sure everyone's here because I don't want to be repeating myself again, right? So we'll just wait. We've only been live 8 minutes. When we hit the 10-minute mark, we'll look at the analysis, all right? When we hit the 10-minute mark, we'll look at the analysis. There you are, Mora, on the TikTok. Failed on my 5th challenge account. What happened, Naveen? What happened, bro? Yeah, check it out, Wayne. Definitely check it out. I'll talk about this move that happened yesterday during the New York session. This move right here. Just different price action ways you could have got into the market here. Time frame 4 hours. No, this is a 30-minute time frame. All right. Well, 10 minutes in. 10 minutes in. On the YouTube. We are live on YouTube as well, guys, on TikTok. If you want to come over to the YouTube channel. All right. So. Let's do some analysis for the week, all right? This is gonna be more of like a higher time frame, like a weekly outlook kind of idea, right? What we can expect gold weekly candle to do. We do have NFP on Fridays, so this can, we have interest rate, Fed press conference, and we have NFP here on Friday. So on weeks like this, it's kind of pointless, really, like looking too far ahead, right? Because those news events are what is what is going to drive the market, basically, not necessarily the technicals, key levels, whatever, price action, right? It's going to be the fundamental that's going to drive the market this week, of course, with all of these. And this could be why we are seeing gold consolidate so far during like the London session. We've had a bit of movement here today and last night, but for the most part, we had the heavy consolidation in here yesterday during like the London session, heavy consolidation. Then you had that dip down, but now we've come straight back up, right? You can see we've come straight back up into these areas here, right? So we're back in this consolidation range over here, right? Basically. So what I'm looking at from the weekly perspective so far is the fact that, let me just delete this. If we just simply look at the weekly time frame and we look at the weekly candles, yes, you can. If you look at the weekly candles, look what we're seeing here so far, right? If we look, even if we're looking at the previous 2 weekly candles, bearish closure, bearish rejection here, lower highs, lower lows created down here last week, bearish closures. And another thing that I want you guys to take a look at is the fact that in this uptrend right here on gold, you can see from kind of the end of June, gold started to create bullish structure, right? Which is the higher highs and higher lows from the weekly perspective, okay? And now that has been broken, okay? If you have a look at this most recent weekly higher low in that bullish uptrend, you can see that it gets taken here last week. Candle closed bearish, and also the weekly candle closed below this level, okay? Previous weekly candle here closed below the lows of that previous weekly level. So, you know, massive indication potentially right there. But most importantly, the break of structure, and now bearish structure being formed. Highs, lows, lower lows, right? Very simple. So from the weekly perspective, gold is looking very bearish. And if we're taking a look at just simple price action, what we can anticipate for this current weekly candle is the fact, if we have a look at these 2 previous weekly bearish candle closures, especially last week's candle closure, before price actually continued bearish here, it came up and created a top wick and then flipped and broke the lows and started driving to the downside, right? But most importantly, we have that weekly top wick that came into the market right here before price started driving down. It's beautiful. That's perfect price action, textbook, right? And now if we're looking at this week to follow this overall bearish structure based on the previous weekly bearish closure, breaking bullish structure, creating lower highs, lower lows, you can anticipate, and we've already seen this week, that this weekly candle will create a top wick first, which is what it has done and is potentially still doing, as long as we don't break these highs in here. But if you go down onto the lower time frames and you look at this area in the market right here, this weekly low to the body right there, and we go down potentially to the daily, right? If we have a look at that on the daily, we can see that yesterday's candle, this is Monday's candle, we've come up into that area, we've tapped in, rejected, and closed bearish straight off that level, right? And that has now aligned with the weekly. So we've got weekly bearish closure, we now have a daily bearish closure, and we can anticipate that gold could sell off here, right? As long, again, as we're not breaking that structure now, because we got the highs created. Now you want to see price sell off and start breaking this bullish daily structure. Now, what would be the turnaround now for you guys, or for gold, right? Is we saw, if we go back to the weekly, we saw that once the weekly bullish structure gets taken right here, gold sells off, and it was in that, creating that uptrend structure, right? That bullish structure right there, the high highs and high lows. Now, if we go down to the daily, again, we can currently see that at the moment, the daily structure is bullish, because we have the lows printed here from last Thursday. We have higher lows higher lows, we have highs and higher highs. And potentially so far today, we've created a higher high, right? So in order for gold to continue bearish here, based on the weekly, based on the daily, what we would need to see is price selling off, breaking these lows, which again would be then daily break of structure. And then you can anticipate price coming down into those previous weekly lows down here, right down in there, and beyond that to spike out and create the next leg down for the weekly. And so that's what you'd really be looking for this week, that daily break of structure, because at the moment the weekly is not aligning with the daily. We have the bearish daily closure, but we don't have the daily bearish structure, right? It's currently bullish. So that's something we need to wait for. We need to be patient and wait for that to be broken, because at the moment gold is pushing bullish. We could be coming up for another tap, another retest in this area of this weekly level. We'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, the daily is bullish, and you know me, I very much like to trade with the trend. And if price, you can see the retest, right? This is Monday right here. So Monday's candle open, the 4-hour candle opened up and spiked straight into this area, rejected, and then sold off. And that was that move that I talked about in the YouTube video today that I uploaded. But we need to see, again, we need to see that break of structure now, right? Because again, look at the daily lows in here, right? Look at the daily lows. Sorry. There, that's the weekly lows. We can go like that daily. We can go like this daily, right? Look at the daily lows in here now in the 4-hour time frame. Again, that bullish structure, right? And currently so far for today, the candles have opened up bullish, right? Look at these, look at this rejection week down here, the 4-hour candle rejection, pushing bullish, driving to the upside. So my guess is we're going to be coming for another tap into this level, maybe, because we haven't broke any structure yet. I think we need to come up in here and grab liquidity above these highs, or tap into this area again in order to grab that liquidity, start driving and break that structure down in here, which would be the daily lows, which would then align with the weekly perspective. And you could see that next leg down from here, breaking those lows and continuing bearish on gold. But again, like I said, what's up, JD? Like I said, this all just depends on news this week, right? Like I said, the technicals this week go out of the window, because we have jolts, right? Job openings. We have the interest rate, which is going to be massive. Fed press conference, massive. We have ISM manufacturing, and then we have unemployment and NFP on Friday, right? So a huge week for gold. So really like I said, the fundamentals are what is going to drive the market this week. And we just have to wait and see how that kind of plays out. But that's what I'm, overall for the weekly, I'm looking for price to sell off down into these areas, right? Down into here for the weekly. But short term, so far today, right, there's no bearish kind of structure that I'm seeing, or bearish setups that I'm seeing, because what is price doing? It's currently creating bullish structure, right? And if we was going to break that, that would come from the 4-hour time frame break of structure, because again, now look at the 4-hour candles. We got lows printed in here. That's a bit wonky. We got lows printed in here, higher lows, right? And then potentially higher lows here on this 4-hour candle if it drives and starts breaking those previous 4-hour highs. So you can see the structure, right? Daily high, then we've started getting, the daily higher low here, this overall bigger level zone in the market right here. We got the daily lows, or higher lows, that bullish structure, then look, the 4 hour is then stepping to the upside. So we've got daily, then we have 4 hour higher lows, 4 hour higher lows, right? The 4 hour is also stepping to the upside. So we need to see a break of structure if we're going to be selling off. Here is the 4 hour level, right? We just mark this out. This is the 4 hour break of structure level. And that's it. You just start mapping it out from there, right? I'm just waiting for this to go gray. There we go. Now you just start mapping it out. This will be the 4 hour break of structure. Okay. Let's extend that left, and you can see now if you go to the left, look at this break of structure level here. It's acted as support in here, right in here, resistance right in here. If we go to the left, look at that support right there. Perfect, right? Price bouncing off right here, going to the upside. So this is a key level in the market. It would also be a 4 hour break of structure. Everything aligning beautifully. So as of right now, what is that? As of right now, I think we can continue looking at the buys above this level 2392110, which is also the V5 level, I believe it is the V5 indicator level, and we can look at those continuation buys there. All right. So that's the analysis. That is the analysis. I'm looking at the moment for today. I'm looking for, again, if we're looking at this currently right here, right? Low volume, no liquidity, low volume, right? So if we're going to grab liquidity and start driving somewhere, whether it's to the upside or to the downside, if we're going to continue up, I think we need to spike down, break structure, right? Break structure, but then flip. Or if we're going to start driving to the downside, first of all, we need that pop into here. Then we need to come down and break structure, and then we can continue bearish. We have the volume, we have the momentum then. But gold needs to do something right now. Gold needs to do something right now because it's doing absolutely nothing. Again. Today's signals, none of them have been activated yet. None of today's signals have been activated yet. We're going to wait a little bit longer and we'll see what's going on. Yo, Fuji, appreciate the diamond. What's up, Dennis? Appreciate the follow. It's been zigzagging all morning, caught a few pips. So yeah, it has been zigzagging. That's because we've got a heavy week coming up. We've got a heavy week coming up. But yeah, none of today's signals have been activated just yet. I sent 11 signals this morning, I believe. Yeah, 11 signals I sent out this morning across multiple pairs. None of them been activated yet, which is a first actually. Usually on the Tuesdays is when most of our signals get activated and we set ourselves up nicely for the week. But yeah, none of them been activated yet. What's up, pal? Waiting for it to break high or low before entering anything for the long. But no, my luck, I'll miss it because I'm busy doing something. Yeah, always happens, eh? That's been happening to me a lot lately, actually. I'll be sitting at my desk in my office for an hour, waiting for a setup, waiting for things to happen. Things are looking slow, and I'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to go out to the shop or just go for a walk with my daughter or something. I'll come back after. Literally, the second I stand up and go for a walk, as I'm out on a walk or as I'm out, I'll just quickly look at my phone. I'll see what's happening. Boom, the setup's happened. It's moved 40 pips. And I'm like, I sat there for like an hour, 2 hours. Nothing happened. I moved for 5 minutes. And like the crazy setup happens every time. Every time, man. Every time without fail. Every time. Oh. Sorry, someone's just sending me something on Telegram. Catching the moves? Nah, not yet. Tony, gold has been dead, bro. Last couple of days for me. Absolutely dead. Well, apart from the break-even trade that we had earlier. What's up, Crypto Man? What's up, D? How are you guys? Let's see. Euro USD? Yeah, you know what? I will actually. I will. Euro. I'll look at Euro USD in a second. Pretty tight range in gold. Yeah, gold, same as yesterday during the first trading window. Just absolutely nothing happening here. But I think obviously we need to get some liquidity in the market somewhere. I think overall, gold from the weekly perspective, data perspective is very bearish even today. It can still flip bearish at any minute. But I think in order for us to do that, we need to come up into this area first of all again, and then we can drive. So that's my anticipation. This level right here would be break of structure from the 4-hour perspective. That would be break of structure. So we could potentially, what could happen is gold could spike down here, break structure, grab that liquidity, flip up, come back into this area, and then sell off. Or we could come up in here, break structure, pull back, and then sell off. Lots of different ways this could play out. Another one is we could come down here, grab liquidity, break structure, and then just start driving to the upside again, breaking these areas and just continuing bullish. Lots of different scenarios here. Big news week, yeah, it's a lot of news this week on gold. Oh, well, on USD. A lot of news on USD. We got interest rates, unemployment, NFP, job openings. Just, it's a packed week, man. Absolutely packed week. Sometimes I'm in a trade, and as soon as I close the trade, it turns in the opposite direction. Happened to you? Oh, of course, of course. Of course the world is yours. That happens to all of us, man. That's just how it is. Sometimes you just get in that little bit too early, or you just don't have that enough, enough patience to see it through. Maybe you're over risking, or something like that. And you close early because you're just too nervous or whatever. But yeah, it happens to us all, man. It happens to us all, brother. It happens to us all. Happens to the best of us. Is anyone watching the Olympics? I've actually been really enjoying the Olympics, man. I'm not usually one to watch the Olympics, but this year, I was watching it last night. I stayed up till like 2 AM last night watching it. I was watching the skating. There's like, in the men's skating, there's a 14-year-old kid who's #1 in the world, right? Competing against like grown-ass men. Like this little kid, this tiny little kid. 14 years old competing against men. Like, he was insane, bro. Boycotts to get you. Yeah, the open ceremony was a joke, man. Absolute fucking joke. Yours is swimming, Toby? I don't even know. I've never watched it before, Toby. I've never watched it before, so I genuinely don't know. I watched a load of judo though yesterday. Judo was actually surprisingly interesting, and I was watching it just before the stream as well. Judo looks really cool, and it's a big one as well. Like, it has big crowds. Yeah, the open ceremony was a fucking joke, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people who give that the okay, you know what I mean? Who give that the go ahead? Like, you need to be fired. How many hours a day do I trade? Usually only a couple, really. Like I only ever really look at the charts for like an hour or two a day, apart from when I'm streaming. But generally, I'll do my analysis, set my alerts, and then just continue on with my day. That's it. What happened in the ceremony? Just go watch it, Samuel. It was just weird as fuck, man. It was just weird. Or Google it or some shit. Like it was just weird, bro. Do I trade support and resistance? Not necessarily, no. Drag Queen's Last Supper. Yeah, Tony summed it up. The drag Queen's Last Supper, basically. When you start, I don't watch TV in months. If you never said I didn't know start. Oh, I don't watch TV at all. The world, like, I never watch TV apart from the odd sport game. But I don't know. Sometimes my wife had it on, just in the background, and I kind of just had a look. I can't remember what she was. The first thing. I think it was handball. You know that game, handball. And I kind of saw it and I was like, because obviously I'm a big football fan. It looks like a small football pitch or whatever. I was like, oh, what's this? And then it ended up being handball, and I was like, what the fuck? I've never seen handball in my life. So I started watching it, like just tripping out at it, going, what the fuck is this sport? And then like it changed to something else, and then I kind of flicked to some other channels, and I was watching the skateboarding. The skateboarding was really cool. I watched a bit of boxing. I watched a bit of what was it? Judo. Judo was really cool. I watched a bit of water polo. That was insane. Like the water polo is incredible. Like the amount of fitness that you have to play that sport is ridiculous. These people, you're not allowed to touch the floor in water polo when you're swimming. So you literally have to tread water for 8 minutes straight while you're swimming, while you're like wrestling with the other, like there's water splashing in your face. Like I don't know how they survive, bro. But water polo was insane. What else? Am I live till news? Yeah, what's up, ATAP? Thank you for the diamonds, bro. What a legend. Also, where do we watch the Olympics? Where are you from, Eugene? It's just on TV for us over here. It's just on 9 now. What indicator is? That's my indicator, Sparkles. Yeah, it's on App Store. It's free. Just say you have a TV license. It's been raining a lot today. Do you think this will affect water derivatives? Forex with Cody, Algo V5. Do I offer copy trading? No, I have signals. Not copy trading yet. I'm working on that. But right now we got the signals channel, which is going crazy. Since I started the signals channel a month ago, week 1 was 209 pips profit, week 2 was 354 pips profit, week 3 227 pips profit, and then last week 223 pips profit. But yeah, I'm working on the copy trading. It's a bit difficult though, because not everyone can Like some brokers don't accept US clients. Like, you know, it's just trying to find something that fits everybody, and nothing fits everybody, so it's a bit difficult. What's up, Seal? How can you get it? It'll be on my website, Sparkles. Part of the academy. So in the academy, you get the private Telegram, which is the signals. You get the private Discord. You get the V5 indicator, and then the V5 course. We still keeping swing trades open? Yeah, they're still active. I'll leave it for like a few more hours, probably before I go to sleep, and I'll see what's happening. Yeah, none of them are active yet. Now, it's not on my TradingView profile. You'll find it on my website. But yeah, let's see. We've spiked down here. We've broken 30-minute structure right here. Broke out the lows. We're retesting this V5 level, like the indicator level right here. As you can see, price just keeps retesting this area and bouncing off. So you'll see the link in my profile, Sparkles. See the link in my TikTok profile, bro. TikTok get weird when you start sending you know, links in the chats and stuff. They don't like it, so. Bro said love you. I love you too, man. Sparkles. I live in Australia, Abdul, yeah. They're saying it's going up to 70k in this 2 days. Who said that? Who said BTC is going to 70k in 2 days? You're from New Zealand? Nice, man. I lived in New Zealand for like 8 years. What team do I support? Aston Villa. Aston Villa. Man, this is just horrible. You're a Blues fan. Sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear that, brother. Must be difficult times for you right now, yeah? League One and all that. While we're in the Champions League. That's gotta be tough, man. We're gonna be playing, you know, like Bayern Munich, maybe. You know what I mean? Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Huh? Playing Shrewsbury. Can I know? Can I know that it's entered by sell? Yeah, no trade yet. Nah, Harry. I live here. I'm a permanent resident through my partner, through my wife. Some guy have experience, and 2 days ago said it's going down. If BTC hits 64, will go more down, and now said we'll go up to 70k. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't trade Bitcoin. I do some analysis on Bitcoin every now and then, but you know, usually the Bitcoin analysis smacks, but Working holiday visa, nice, bro. How long for? What? You got like the yearly? I'm not sure what it's like these days for the working holiday visa. I did have a working holiday visa when I first came over, and then that's where I met my wife, and then I ended up staying. But that was years ago. That was like 8 years ago now, 8 or 9 years ago. Yeah, you don't have to do the regional work, right? Because I had to do the regional work, bro. It was fucking awful. I went there with my mate to it. Like we was going to extend for 2 years, so we went to go do the regional work. Bro, we got there. We lasted a week. I was like, yeah, nah, fuck this. Like, it ain't that important. Like, fuck it. Let's just go home. It was fucking awful, bro. Yeah, bro. Fruit picking. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, man. I literally, the place where I had to live that they give me, it was literally a shed, right? When I say a shed, you could barely fit a single bed in there, right? Barely fit a single bed. And it was in the middle of nowhere. It was in the middle of summer, so it was like high 30s, right? In the 30, you know, high 30s, almost 40s at this point. No air conditioning. A tiny room, right? That I couldn't even stretch my arms out like that in it, right? Just a bed in there, and then a bit of a shelf. It was like this old wooden door. It was like an old brick shack with an old wooden door, and there was like a gap of like this much at the bottom of the door, right? And there was like everything just walking into my room, right? Like big spiders, fucking like huge bull ants, everything, bro. Like the one guy on like the first night I was there got bit by a spider, like a fucking, I don't know what spider it was, but he got bit. I woke up one morning, there was like spiders on my bed, like, you know, obviously not ones that can kill you, but ones that can bite you, like poisonous ones, like a whitetail and shit like that. The communal area, like the social area, the kitchen, it was disgusting. Like you walk in there and there's literally like 1,000 flies everywhere, right? These people that had been there a while, they were used to it. They were eating their food, right? And drinking their coffee. And while they were eating their food, there was like 10 flies on their food as they're putting it into their mouth. And as they put it into their mouth, the flies would fly off. They would eat it. As they're drinking their coffee, there's like 50 flies all around their coffee as they're drinking it, like on the lip. And as the bathrooms were disgusting, bro. I was like, nah, this ain't for me, man. This ain't for me. Me and my mate went there, like, you know, we came from England, and like, it was a big shock to us, but we just sat there and we were just like, yeah, nah, this ain't for us, man. Like, this ain't. Pretty boy, yeah, bro. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And it being like middle of summer, that heat as well, and there's no air conditioning. Like, it was just nuts, bro. It's not for me, man. Where was this? It was if you come over to Australia, or back then, years ago, if you come over to Australia on a working holiday visa, Tony, so you come over here, it's a visa where you can work, obviously. If you can do it for a year, but if you want to extend it to 2 years or beyond that, you had to do a certain amount of regional work. So that can be like on a farm, or you know, like a fruit picking farm or something like that. So we did it on a fruit picking farm, and it's in the middle of the outback, middle of fucking nowhere. And that's where you have to stay for like 6 months while you're doing the fruit picking to get an extra year visa. But it was just fucking, Yeah, no, it wasn't 6 months. I can't remember now. It was a few months, something like that. But yeah, it was wasn't for me. So luckily I had already met Anna at that point, my wife, and I went back and stayed with her. I lived at her house because at that point, me and my friend, we had an apartment in the city, and because we went to do this regional work, obviously we didn't have the apartment anymore. So like after that, and we was like, nah, this ain't for us. Then we had nowhere to live, and we was like, shit, what are we gonna do now? But luckily I met Anna at that point. She said we could go and live with her for a little bit, and then yeah, that was it. I ended up staying with her. Then yeah, she came back to New Zealand with me because that's where I lived. I'm from England originally, like, but we immigrated to New Zealand. I lived in New Zealand, so I went back to New Zealand. She came back to New Zealand with me for like a year. Then as she was living in New Zealand with me, we was applying for the permanent visa for Australia, permanent resident. Then I had to pay like, I think it was like 9,000 or something like that. Get the permanent resident visa. And then I could move back over to Australia while it was getting, they give you like a temporary visa while your permanent residency visa is going through the process. Then I moved back over to Australia. What's up, Abdul? Any spots open? But what do you mean, Abdul? What's spots in what? The week probably felt like 6. Oh, it did, bro. Trust me, it did. And while we was there, it wasn't ready yet. Like the picking wasn't ready, so we was just sitting there all day for like a week in the middle of nowhere in the heat, doing absolutely nothing because the picking wasn't ready to start yet. Yeah, Abdul, there is, bro. I'm not entering now. Like, you need closures above here. Abdul, yeah, there is, brother. If you click the link in my profile, bro, you'll see. You'll go to my website and you can have a little look there, bro. See what you think. Let me know what you think. But yeah, that was interesting times, man. What comes with it? So you get the indicator, the V5 indicator here that you can see, which gives you the buy-sell signals. It gives you the key levels. It gives you the trading windows. It gives you weekly, daily, 4-hour bias. What else does it give you? It gives you AOIs, like, you know, key areas of interest in the market. It gives you access, gives you the private Telegram channel, which is you get all the signals. Get the signals in there. You get the private Discord, and you get the V5 course as well. You get everything, brother. You get everything. I think I prefer it fruit picking to going back to the UK. Yeah, I mean, for me, I was only going back to New Zealand, right? So I wasn't that bothered. But my mate, I came with him from England. And he stayed, we went to New Zealand for a little bit. He stayed with me in New Zealand for a little bit. And then we went to Australia. But after that, he had to go back to England. So he was a bit gutted. He didn't want to stay either. But he was like, fuck, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to go back to the UK, but I don't want to do this either. So yeah, we kind of sat on it for the week. Like I said, we didn't actually have work because it wasn't ready by the time we got there. So we kind of sat on it for a little bit, was talking about it, like, it was like, fuck, can't be asked doing this. So yeah, in the end, we just made the decision. But yeah, it was, if I would have gone back, if if I would have had to go back to England and not New Zealand, I don't know, maybe I would have made a different decision, but I could still go back to England. I had permanent residency in New Zealand as well. Like I don't mind like farms and the outback and shit, but I can't deal with the heat like that without any air conditioning, without any fans, like staying in a claustrophobic room like that I could barely even stand up in. It was just fuck it. It was just a bit of everything. Like if the room was a little bit better and it was like blocked off from the outside, there was no like huge gaping holes in the door, and you know, that maybe there was some like air conditioning or something where you could like fucking cool down or something, maybe. But like, nah, bro. The place was disgusting, man. Just disgusting. And I've got like a thing for flies, man. I absolutely hate flies. I can't stand them. So when I saw like people eating and the flies had just swarmed their food all over their food and they're still picking it up and eating it, I'm just like, nah. Nah, bro. Where did I live in New Zealand? I lived mainly in the Coromandel for most of it, but I also lived in Wellington for a couple years. I lived in Christchurch for about a year. I lived in Tauranga for about, I don't know, 2 years maybe. But mostly the Coromandel. I was there for probably about 4 or 5 years. What's up, K-Car? If I go to Indonesia, maybe you will interested to stay along. Did it trigger? K-Car? Oh no, none of them have triggered yet. None of the signals are triggered yet, right? None of them are triggered. Yeah, we're keeping them for now, bro. It passed stop loss, did it? I'll have to have a deeper look. I have to have a deeper look once I'm done with stream. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, I see that. Feel it slipping away. Just about though. Oh, it came very close to triggering, didn't it? Join late. I'm so interested to know what you're talking about. Oh, I'm just talking about when I did a work experience in working holiday visa, sorry, in Australia when I first got here. I appreciate the diamonds again, brother. I just saw the diamonds there. Thank you, bro. Yeah, we tapped off that area now. We've tapped off that level and price is rejecting, so yeah, I got some crazy stories about like when I've been traveling and shit, man. Yeah, 7 pips. Lucky because it literally flipped straight bullish and would have hit stops, but I mean, I'm guessing some people with a high spread account may have got triggered on that, but this is why I say, you know, use the same broker as me and you'll have the same entries as me. But this is why the entries are so important. They're so specific, down to the T, where on occasions like that, that's not luck. The fact that we didn't get treated in there, that's not luck. That was on purpose, because you know, analyzed it down to the T, made sure the stop loss, made sure the entry was where it was, so that if you do get triggered into the market, you will get that influx of volume come in and price will start driving, whereas price tapped off that area and flip back bullish with that volume, right? Where if it would have drove through with that volume, would have got a nice push to the downside. I'm ready to trade, but it's not aligning well. What's my broker? My broker is Blackball. You'll find the link to my broker that I use in my TikTok profile. But what's happening, Toka? Why is it not aligning well? What do you think the problem is? Big news week, reckon that could be why markets. Yeah, for sure, Ethan. For sure, bro. 100%. We talked about that at the start of the stream as well. We got job openings, then we got interest rate, conference, Fed press conference, ISM, and then on Friday, of course, unemployment and NFP. So absolute huge week for USD pairs this week. Absolutely huge. Holy shit, man. Look at that. That's incredible. That's how close we was to getting triggered into one of the signals. That's why you need a broker with tight stop loss. See that? What is that, like a couple pips? Abdul, I mainly scalp gold, mainly scalp and day trade gold, but with the signals, we trade a lot of Forex pairs, some commodities, every now and then, you know, some crypto or some indices, but mainly Forex and commodities. I live in Victoria. Atap, Victoria. Love to swing GJ, to be honest. Yeah, GJ. We've taken some swings on GJ recently. We had a great swing on GJ. Yeah, that's our result from swinging GJ the last few weeks. Swing trading GJ. Look at that. 3 wins. 1 loss, 1.3k profit from trading GJ since the start of the month. $130 pip profit in one trade. That's 130. That's 36. So 166. 224, about 150 pips. Let's have a look at GJ actually. Sorry, somebody did ask that earlier, but I got carried away. I got mixed up in the sauce talking about working holiday visas. All right, so GJ is looking very similar to gold, right? GJ looking very similar to gold. Here's gold. and here is GJ, right? The last couple of weeks I'm talking about you know, the sell-off that we've had. So for this, we're gonna have to go out to the monthly. So if you're looking at the monthly perspective now on GJ, we've now broken structure, right? Which is very key, because this structure, this is the monthly time frame. GJ has been having creating this bullish monthly structure since December, right? Literally last year, the start of this year. So we got higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months in a row, GJ has been creating higher highs and higher lows in the market, right? So this is very, very significant here, that this month we have broke that structure on the monthly perspective here, spiked out, created a low in the market. We got the high and the low. So this is very significant on GJ, actually very, very significant. You can see this zone is kind of like from here to here. Price hasn't closed below, so the weekly didn't close below, and the daily has not closed below, right? As you can see. So very key as well. We broke that structure, but we haven't closed below, so we're not breaking out of that level. So what this could be is the fact that we broke structure now. You're going to see GJ retrace some, right? Pull back a little bit, back up into these areas before it potentially then starts to sell off again. Whereas if GJ had closed below this level on the weekly or the daily, you can anticipate that it's closed outside of this area now, which means that it's cleared this level and it could continue bearish down into the next area, right? But price has rejected it. We've spiked out, broke structure. Now we can potentially see that pullback, that retracement on GJ. Where to though? I don't know, maybe into this area here, somewhere like that. Nice resistance from the weekly perspective. We could see a pullback into there. You can see the daily bullish candles coming in. Now from the daily perspective, we've created a low, high, lower, high, higher, low, higher, high. So the structure on the daily on GJ is bullish. We look at the 4 hour. We kind of spiked out here on the 4 hour time frame. Spiked out, closed back in, retested, and then started driving to the upside. And we're clearing, so we kind of broke that bearish structure now on the 4 hour time frame. You can see this level in the market right here. In this downtrend, you can see lows, lower lows, lower lows, and then the lower highs in the market right here. So we broke out of that structure. We've now got bullish structure on the 4 hour time frame, which would indicate now that potential move to the upside, but we could see the retracement, what we talked about from the daily and the weekly. We're starting to see that shift on the 4 hour time frame right now, to potentially come up and create that retracement up into this area, which is like 200,500 or 201,000, right? Nice key levels in the market. And you can anticipate now you either come and retest this level and move up, or we could see price come back below. We've created the high in the market, right? We've created the high, we've got higher lows. We broke out of that structure. You can now see the retracement on the 4 hour perspective to come down back into here, even potentially, and then start driving to the upside. As long as we don't break these levels here, you can see GJ start to move to the upside, in my opinion. What was my main reason I left the UK? My parents. It was nothing to do with me. They wanted to immigrate. I was like 14 years old at the time, so I didn't really have a say in it. Will go, appreciate the follow. What's that purple area? This is from the weekly time frame, K-Card. So this is what we talked about at the start of the stream when we did the analysis on gold. you can see that it's from the weekly perspective, right, on gold. Again, if we're just looking at structure, we've got higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, this area over here. And so for the first time in 4 weeks, we've now broke structure. So this is that level right here that broke structure from the weekly perspective, right? And what I've done is I've just measured with the rectangle tool the lows, the weekly lows, to the body of that candle of the break of structure weekly candle. Now you can see that is exactly where price is retesting, and that is also where we retested yesterday and started selling off from, right? This happened, let me just get rid of this. This happened yesterday. This was yesterday's market open. We popped straight up into this area, we rejected, and then we sold off over 200 or so pips, 300 or so pips. So that's that level, that's that weekly level, the weekly break of structure closure below level that we are testing in. That's why I'm thinking price can come back into this level, right? Because we're consolidating again now. We need volume, we need liquidity, right? So either we're going to come down and break those 4-hour lows and spike up and continue bullish, or I think we can come up into this area, reject again, then break those lows, break the structure, and then start selling off again, because that would align with the weekly perspective, right? The weekly perspective, the weekly outlook, the momentum on the weekly is bearish, right? Price is selling off. We've got weekly closures, weekly bearish closures. We've got highs, lows, lower highs, lower lows. So you can anticipate that this week, just looking at the weekly time frame, this weekly candle can also start to sell off as well, potentially, right? Potentially, we don't know. We just have to look, you know, and see what kind of starts happening with these daily candles. You can see that Monday spiked up into that area. This is Monday's candle right here. We spiked up, rejected, and then flipped bearish and closed bearish. So at any moment, again, today for Tuesday, as long as we don't break these highs, these previous daily highs, this daily candle can flip bearish and start driving, breaking those previous daily lows and continuing bearish here to align with the weekly, right? So we've got a weekly bearish closure, daily bearish closure. Now we just want to see price on the 4-hour time frame start to align, and that is why I have this 4-hour low marked out, right? Because this would be the break of structure on the 4-hour time frame to then align with the weekly and the daily, right? Because at the moment the 4 hours not aligning. We've got higher lows and higher highs, bullish candle closures from the 4-hour perspective. It's not aligning with the weekly and it's not aligning with the daily. So we need to see some kind of break of structure, some kind of bearish 4-hour closure before we can potentially look at those sell-offs. But as of right now, gold is pushing bullish, and there's not really anywhere else it's going at the moment, in my opinion, until we go up into these areas or until we see a spike out. If gold comes and spikes out of this area first, the 4-hour lows, then I think we're going to spike out and come back up, right? We're going to grab the liquidity down here and then spike back up in here. Whereas if we drive into here first without breaking structure, I think we can see price drive into here, reject, and then we can come down and start breaking that 4-hour structure, start closing bearish, tap into this area and have a similar reaction as we did over here. Because as you can see, right, if we look to the left hand side, if we're just looking at price action repeating itself, if we're looking at historical price action, we can see over here, which happened kind of Friday and Monday, what happened here. It's very similar to what happened. Look at this candle right here, right? And then look at this candle right here. Look at these candles right here. Look at this bearish candle and this bearish candle. And then look at this rejection and then the bullish candle right here. Then the bearish candle, then this, then the strong bottom wick, rejection wick, the strong bottom wick, rejection wick right here, right? And then price drives, and then price is driving. So what happened for price to reverse this time, and what can we look to happen again currently, right? You have all higher highs and higher lows coming up in the market right here, right? Bullish market structure on the 4-hour time frame. What do we currently have? Higher highs and higher lows forming on the 4-hour time frame here with very similar price action to what happened over here. So what you can wait for again is for price to come into this area, even if it just spikes in, just taps in. Then you want to see a break of structure of these 4-hour lows, right? Because then once that happens, similar to once it happened over here, there's the break of structure right here, right? There's the break of structure candle, the higher lows being broken. Once you break that structure, so this candle breaks the structure right here. Once you break that structure, price retraces, pulls back, and then sells off massively. So we can anticipate something similar happening in here on the 4-hour perspective. We just obviously need to wait for that to happen. That's it. That is it. And that's why I was anticipating the buys above this level at the moment, because I believe price can come back into this area first of all before we start selling off. What pair? This is gold. XAUUSD. Do you trade your own capital in prop firm? Does your broker offer any funding program? What do you think about prop firms in general? Money Vidi, I trade my own capital. I don't use prop firms. The broker that I use doesn't offer prop any funding. And what do I think about prop firms in general? I would say, you know, there's a reason why I haven't used prop firms in my trading career. I've been trading 8 years. I've never opened a prop account, never paid for a funded account. Because that's just me personally. I don't trust them. I don't like them. But there is a silver lining, right? Because recently, these last couple weeks, what I'm seeing on my timeline is xauusd, to name one, and there was another one I can't think of the name, but xauusd has now got its own funded account or side of the business, right? xauusd is a very reputable broker, regulated across the world, very renowned, very, a top broker, right? Very respectable, very trustable broker. And they now offer funded, right? xauusd funded. xauusd right here, look. xauusd prop trader. So this is very good. This is very good for the industry, for sure. This is huge. This is huge, if you ask me. $10K challenge, 169, 100K. Challenge conditions. Phase 1 profit target 8%, phase 2 profit target 5%, daily loss limit 5%, maximum drawdown 10%, maximum leverage 100 to 1. This is, in my opinion, very, very, very good for the industry. This is huge. The fact that xauusd is now doing a funded accounts, funded challenges, prop traders. That's insane. There was also another top broker that was doing it. I can't remember now though. Get it, PH? Appreciate the follow. What do you mean, pal? What's the clauses with it? So if I was anybody out there right now wanting to do a funded account, I would go with xauusd. Would I go funded? It's not necessary. Like if you have a decent amount of capital and you've got 1 to 500 leverage, it's not necessary. If you know how to trade, you can make money, you can grow your account. It's not that hard, but they are great for people who do not have the capital, right? Personally, I just like to trade how I like to trade. I don't like all the rules. I don't like all the fucking hoops that you have to jump through. I just like to trade, and I don't like to stress about all the shit that I have to make sure that I'm following, right? All the rules and shit. What is your time? This is the 15-minute time frame currently. 15-minute. But yeah, gold is just doing nothing again today. Remember what happened last time he had funny? What happened? Did he blow it? What happened, pal? What happened, buddy? Right, the opposite? What, you passed it? Got a huge payout? Got like a 20k payout? What? A 96k payout? Oh, but they didn't pay you. See, that's the problem. That's why I won't use them. That's why I will not use them, because if you do your research on most of these companies, they don't pay out, right? They're preying on people to fail challenges, right? They don't make money off people actually being good traders. That they lose money off that. That is the whole business model, right? To hopefully get all of the shit traders that just keep buying accounts, right? Keep buying these funded accounts, keep blowing them, keep purchasing more. That's how they make money. They don't make money off people who are good traders and who are passing these accounts. That's just not the business model. That's not how it's set up. I used to want give me so much headache. Yeah, I did a few streams, right? I did a few streams where I was actually gonna do a funded account, and we all looked at all the different, everyone in the chat was recommending me these good prop firms or whatever, and I had to look over them, and I spent hours during each stream just like going over all the different rules and which one has the best rule, which one offers the most drawdown, which one offers the less, all this shit. But in the end I was just like, man, I'm bothered. Too much. I just like to trade, do my thing, not have to worry about all the different rules and regulations. I heard prop firms copy trade some of their top ranked traders. Really? First, it was an identification issue, then was in a clause. They got them in the fine print. Really? So I'm saying that's fucked up, man. 96k. That's Jesus Christ. Hey Cody, how many signals were given in Telegram today? 11? 11 or 12? $11 or 12, brother. Yeah, I don't think. They changed 3 different platforms in 2 months. Jesus. They let their friends give me good trust pilot. What news? Let me just check news. All right. So we got USD tonight, Euro tonight. Came into work, showed laser, was ready to retire, then didn't give me a spot. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. They shouldn't be allowed to do that shit, man. And this is how they get people. Like, they will pull out every fucking trick in the book, every rule. They'll pull it out of just fucking nowhere to try and not give you the payout. Countries appreciate the diamond. Do I believe in FVG? I mean, like, do I believe in it? I believe in it. That's a lot. Brother, that's nothing. That is nothing, brother. Last week, I sent out 21 signals in 1 day. And it was a very good day, indeed. We saw mucho profit. Mucho profit. Where was it? Yeah, that was... Yeah, that's nothing, brother. Yeah, I believe in it, but I don't trade it. My animation. Which one? The blue one? Hard work putting on all the swings. Bro's got to take an hour break at work. You're talking about like the one like my main picture, yeah, on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. Let's go, Mora. I look forward to seeing you in there, bro. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one. I'm pretty sure that one was from Snapchat. You know how you can go in Snapchat and you can go into Snapchat and I actually can't remember now. There used to be a feature, I don't know if there still is, but there used to be a feature on Snapchat where you can do like an AI thing for free on Snapchat. God knows where it is now though. Oh yeah, if you go to your memories. Yeah, if you go to your memories on Snapchat, like if you go to the camera like that, and then you pull up, I'm going to show you that. There's pictures. And then you'll be in memories, right? You'll be in memories. And then you go over to dreams, next to camera roll. And you get to do some like free shit. I mean, look at this shit, bro. Like, I look freaky as fuck. Look at that. Look at these. Look at that shit. Oh my god, look at that. Bro. Ain't no way. Look at that. Yo, I got muscles though. Look at that. I'm ripped. But yeah, you can do it for free on Snapchat. He's got you saved on there at the moment. There's no way. What's up, Hugo? Learning. Do a validation thing on your background wall so people know you're legit. What do you mean, Tesh? Wait, you can't even see that shit on that. Did you said you send signal in the the world is yours. Signals in the Telegram. Date on an A4 paper? What do you mean? You don't think I'm real sitting right here in front of you right now speaking to you? Oh, you mean like this? You mean put it here? What the hell? Okay, you ready? What do you mean people know I'm real? I'm literally sitting right here, like talking to you. How more real does that? How more real does that get? Like, there you go. There you go, guys. Real. I'm a real boy. Nah, the private Telegram, the world is yours, the private one. Like when you post, nah, that flip, I don't believe it. When you post on TikTok, you should have a validation thing so that others look fake. Yeah, but if they're just taking my videos and I have the picture here with the date on it, how do we know he just wrote that? They're just gonna take my video and it will still have the date back there, so you still don't know if it's the real one or not. Backflip, bro. Please write on a real paper. Potato test on Tinder to catch out. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm just an imposter. I'm Cody's doppelganger. I've scammed you all. You're all fucked. Finally, my bro is legit. I'm legit, guys. What's up, Slayman? Am I gonna sell? Not yet. Not yet. I want to see some kind of break of structure first of all. I want to see a break of this level, a pullback. If I'm gonna look at sells, yeah, it needs to properly. You sure you can leave your 9-to-5 job? Just ask some stupid question. No, 100%, 100%. This is gold, XAUUSD. Yeah, it is David. It is David. Let's hit the pub. Let's hit the pub first. Yeah. If I'm gonna look at sales, I want to see price come over to this area first of all. And if not, then we need to see clear bearish structure and at least like a 4-hour bearish candle closure. At least we got no 4-hour bearish closures yet. Before we had any sell-off yesterday at this level, you had bearish 4-hour closures first, right? Bearish closure, then had a bullish, but then the sell-off happened. So you have bearish closures at this level, right? All we have right now is just bullish candles coming up. So bullish candles, bullish market structure. Not an ideal area for me to look at sales, to be honest. Gold boring today. Gold has been boring yesterday and today. Obviously, like, this move happened, but I was like asleep at this point. Oh no, I wasn't. I was watching the Olympics actually. But I mainly trade the first window. So if the first window is slow, then I probably won't trade for the day. So yeah, the last couple of days have been slow. We had a break-even trade. Had a break-even trade today on gold. I saw like 21 pips profit. And then hit break-even, so. But yeah, Tesh, I don't understand what you're saying. Because, like I said, even if I put up a validation, something to validate myself, people can still use that same video with that validation and still say it's me, right? It doesn't. The only way, and this is why I like Instagram, the only way is if I get verified on TikTok. But to go through that process, like I've tried to do it, because there's so many fake accounts, or there was at one point, and there was so many fake accounts of me and messaging people, trying to like scam people and stuff. I try to like verify my TikTok account, but you can only verify, I'm pretty sure, if you're like a celebrity or something. Because even when I report people on TikTok who are pretending to be me and you know, have a fake account with me, I report that to TikTok and they say the same thing every time. Oh, we don't see any problem with this account, blah 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 blah. Like, whereas I've done it on Instagram, because I'm verified on Instagram. When I report somebody, and when I did report somebody, their account got banned straight away because I'm verified. Like, I've put my license in there, all my details. There's only one me, right? And I've backed that up with all the proofs. So anybody else creating a fake account is just going to get instantly banned. But exactly, you only know it's the real account if you see me here live, right? Actually live on TikTok talking to you guys. That's the real account. And if you're still unsure, go over to Instagram. Like I said, I'm verified on Instagram. You know, there's only one me on Instagram. I have a verification tick. You know that's me. You can message me on there and say, is this you messaging me on TikTok? And first of all, I don't message anybody on TikTok, right? I will never message you first on TikTok, so don't fall for that. But if you're ever unsure about anything, go over to Instagram, find my verified profile, message me, and I'll get back to you. So that's the only way to do it. TikTok needs to sort their verification system out because it's awful. It's so easy for people to just create fake accounts and scam people on here. It's ridiculous. But anyway, guys, you know, another very slow day. There's not really much we can do in here with this shite. So I'm going to call it a day. I want to go watch some Olympics. My wife just messaged me. She said, what do you chant for England? The alternative to Aussie, 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 right? Because they go Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. So she said, what's the alternative for that for England? I said, England, England, England. But no, it's more like you go England, England, England. You know that one? I guess that was you just paid £3,000 for mentorship then. Yeah, buddy, that's not me. You have a pro. What do you mean, Matt? A pro community? What kind of trading journal do you recommend? David, if you message me on Instagram, I'll send you a link for a good one. But yeah, that's me done, guys. Gold is very slow. Very, very slow. I'll be actually live tomorrow again. So, I'll be live tomorrow. I didn't go live yesterday because I got caught up in the Olympics. My bad. But I'll be live tomorrow. What time am I live? 8 PM Australian Eastern Standard. Buys above, sells below. Buys above until we get anything else, right? The structure is still bullish, momentum is still bullish candle closures on the 4-hour time frame. So if you look for buys, if you look for price to pop up into here, you'd have to be very you'd have to manage your risk quickly, because at any moment price could tap into here and just reject. So you got like a you know, 20, 25 or so pip range in that area. You could look for a quick scalp, move stocks to break even, see what happens. Other than that, I would wait for like the second trading window, which is in about an hour. But personally, I'm gonna stay out I'm gonna stay out today. Like, this is just, you're just gonna get caught out in this. You're gonna get caught out. Not worth it. Just wait for some nice. Either wait for a nice move to start forming, and you don't really want to see a move like this. Yeah, exactly. We have news as well. You don't really want to see this because there's not really much structure in this move, right? It's just a quick sell-off. It breaks the highs and it breaks the lows, right? There's not any structure in that. You want to see some nice price action where you can start to see like price coming up, coming back down, coming up, coming back down, and creating like a nice, you know, that nice bearish structure, lower highs, lower lows, or to the upside, high lows, high highs, etc. Bro's busy watching women's tennis rather than streaming. No, I was watching judo, bro. I was actually locked into the judo. It's actually really interesting. But yeah, most likely with news, you're just going to see a sharp move again. Same as what happened over here. And you're not really going to have much chance to get in unless you get your entries in here. like I talked about in the YouTube video today. But yeah, women's beach volleyball. I mean, yeah, women's beach volleyball. That's where it's at, and the water polo, bro. The women's water polo. Those women are insanely fit. Insanely. Like, I don't understand how they survive playing that game. I genuinely don't. If you guys have a chance, you should watch a game of water polo, men's or women's. They're not allowed to fucking touch the ground while they're swimming. They have to tread water the whole time. They have to swim. They have to like wrestle with each other. They have to... insane. I don't understand. That's a next level of fitness. That is unreal level of fitness. That opening ceremony again? Hell no. Signal update? None of them have been triggered yet, Naveen. So I'll update you guys within the next couple of hours before I go to sleep. But yeah, we got USD news coming up, and there is 2, 3, 4 USD pairs that we have signals on, so we could get some movement. Let's see. How's the blue guy in the open ceremony? That dude was fucking weirdos, man. Weirdos. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the diamonds and the likes. We didn't quite get 20k likes on TikTok, but that's alright. We got 3.3k. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, YouTube. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man.